There's been far, far, far more money made by people in Wall Street through salesmanship abilities than through investment abilities. They do know how to sell you.
The key to making money in a situation like this is to position yourself now before the settlement. Because by the time you read about it in the Wall Street Journal, it's already too late. Point is, it doesn't matter what the they say. The only real objection that they have is that they don't trust you guys. Why should they trust you? I mean, look at you, you're a bunch of easy salesmen, right?
So the consultants got every motivation in the world to tell you, this year I think we should concentrate more on international stocks, or this year this manager is particularly good on the short side. And so they come in and they talk for hours, and you pay them a large fee, and they always suggest something other than just sitting on your rear end and participating in American business without cost. And then those consultants, after they get their fees, they in turn recommend to you other people who charge fees which, as you can see over a period of time, cumulatively eat up capital like crazy. Now, that may sound like a terrible result for the hedge funds, but it's not a terrible result for the hedge fund managers. These managers, you've got this top-level manager that's charging probably 0.5%. I don't know that for sure. And down below, you've got managers that are probably charging 1.5% to 2%. So if you have a couple percentage points sliced off every year, that is a lot of money. It's a compensation scheme that is unbelievable to me. And that's one reason I made this bet.
Yeah, well, I would say this. Money managers in the last few years since I've made that statement have not disappointed me. In aggregate, they have underperformed index funds, and it's the nature of the game. They simply cannot overperform in aggregate. There are too many of them managing too big a portion of the pool. And for the same reason that the crowd could not come out here to Exarban in the past years and make money in aggregate because there was a bite being taken out of every dollar that was invested in the pari-mutuel machines, that people that invest their dollars elsewhere through money managers in aggregate cannot do as well as they could do by themselves, creating their own index fund, or it'd be easier to have just to buy into an index fund. It's you know, they say in this world you can't get something for nothing, but the truth is money managers in aggregate have gotten something for nothing. I mean, they've gotten a lot for nothing, and investors have paid, and the corollary is investors have paid something for nothing, and that doesn't mean that people are evil. It doesn't mean that they're charlatans or anything. It's the nature. If you've got a $6 or $7 trillion or whatever it may be equity market, and you have a very significant percentage of it managed by professionals, and they charge you significant fees to invest with them, and they have costs when they change around, they cannot do as well as unmanaged money in aggregate. And it's the only field in the world that I can think of. Charlie will think of some others, but where the amateur, as long as he recognizes he's an amateur, will do better than the professional does for the people whose money he's handling. And therefore, if I were in teaching this class or speaking to that class, I would probably tell them that for their own psychological well-being, they should probably leave the room.